You're not paying extra for better cereal. You're paying a brand tax that can cost you thousands a year, and generic brands erase it faster than a raise. Here's the part nobody tells you. The big savings aren't on the shelf price. They're in the hidden math behind your entire budget. You've felt it. You go to the store for milk and apples, and the receipt looks like you hosted a parade. Eggs doubled, chips shrank, laundry detergent mysteriously lost 10 loads. You switch to a cheaper brand here and there, but it feels like a drop in a bucket with a hole. Why does this matter today? Because this is real money, leaking from your life every single week. Your rent jumped, your student loan restarted, your streaming subscriptions multiplied, and your paycheck buys less. The grocery aisle became a quiet tug-of-war for your wallet, and the logos are winning. The surprise is why. The reason isn't flavor, or quality, or even convenience. It's a system built to make you think more expensive equals better, while the margin and placement games skim dollars you don't see. And once you see the mechanism, you're going to change how you shop forever. Take Maya, a teacher who shops on Sundays. She grabs her usual name brand cereal at $4.50, ibuprofen at $12, pasta sauce at $6, paper towels at $18, and laundry pods at $25. Then she throws in produce, milk, coffee, snacks. Nothing crazy. Total comes to $181. She switches 5 items to generic the next week. Store brand cereal at $3, ibuprofen at $5, pasta sauce at $3, paper towels at $12, detergent at $14. Total drops to $152, $29 from 5 swaps. Sounds good, right? But here's the twist. The real savings didn't stop at $29. They started there. Why do generic brands save more than you think? Because when you choose them, you're not just paying less once, you're breaking a pricing machine that drains you in 4 different ways. First, the brand tax. Manufacturers pour millions into ads, shelf fees, and fancy packaging, then bake it into the price. Second, the promotion trap. Name brands yo-yo prices to make sales look dramatic, so you overpay on non-sale weeks. Third, unit shrink. Premium-looking containers hide fewer ounces, so the cost per use is higher. Fourth, habit anchoring. Once a brand wins your loyalty, its entire category price creeps up around it. Switch to generic, and you bypass all 4 at once. Wait, it gets stranger. The store actually makes more money when you buy the generic. That's why they quietly root for you to choose it. With a national brand, the retailer might keep 10 cents of every dollar after paying for ads, slotting fees, and promotions. With a store brand, they can keep 25 to 40 cents while still charging you less. So the generic can be cheaper, the store can profit more, and you can save. That alignment almost never happens in consumer goods, and this is where things get interesting. Many generics are made in the same factories as the name brand. Private label manufacturers produce to a spec, then slap on whichever label the contract requires. Not always, but far more often than you think. Seasonings, canned vegetables, milk, sugar, rice, over-the-counter medicines. These are commodities. The difference is the story on the box. Here's what nobody tells you about over-the-counter meds. When you buy store-brand ibuprofen, the active ingredient, dosage, and intended effect match the name brand. Regulations require it. The gel cap might look different, the bottle might be less polished, but your headache will not notice the logo. Same with acetaminophen, antihistamines, and many cold remedies. You save $7 on that bottle. But here's the part that changed everything for me. That $7 compounds. Because when enough items flip to generic, your mental anchor for normal price resets lower. The weekly bill drops, you feel less pressure, and the odds of impulse buying that premium snack to comfort your budget guilt go down. You're not just saving once you're changing the gravity in your cart. Let's map the cause and effect. When you switch 5 high-margin items to generic, your weekly shop falls by, say, $25. Over 52 weeks, that's $1,300. But when your baseline receipt is lower, you also reduce the might as well effect. Grabbing that $8 gourmet sauce or the $5 bottled tea because the damage is already done. Behavioral research shows we spend more freely after we've mentally accepted a high total. Cut the total early, and you quiet that voice. Even if you prevent just 10 of those impulse add-ons a month, that's another $40 to $60 saved. Now you're at around $2,000 a year without clipping a single coupon. But there's a catch: taste. Your brain already argues, my kids won't eat the store-brand cereal, the paper towels rip, the pasta sauce tastes flat. Fair. Not every generic matches every brand. So here's the simple version. Treat your pantry like a draft pick. Test, then commit. The real move is to target the categories that almost always perform as generics. Baking ingredients like flour and sugar, canned beans and tomatoes, oats, frozen vegetables, milk and eggs, pasta, rice, spices, cleaning basics like bleach and vinegar, trash bags, over-the-counter meds, and personal care basics like cotton swabs. Save your brand loyalty for a few signature items your household really notices, maybe coffee, hot sauce, or a specific peanut butter. By narrowing loyalty to a tiny list, you free the rest of your budget to run on math, not marketing. Remember Maya? She did a blind taste test with her family. 2 bowls, 2 spoons, 2 cereals. The favorite was the store brand, which cost a third less. That win gave her permission to keep testing. Here's the twist. Even when the generic isn't perfect, you can often fix it for pennies. Store pasta. Sauce too simple? Add a pinch of salt, a splash of olive oil, a teaspoon of sugar, and a dash of dried basil. 90 seconds, 30 cents, solved. Generic coffee a bit harsh? A tiny sprinkle of cinnamon or a pinch of salt in the ground smooths bitterness. You're not settling, you're customizing. And the promotion trap? This is why your receipt swings wildly. Brands run trade promotions. Temporary discounts that come with ad displays, end caps, and coupons. You feel smart when you catch a 2 for $6 deal, but the non-sale weeks quietly charge you $8. Generics sit at a stable, everyday price with fewer games. Use math, not mood. Compare unit price on the shelf tag. If the brand on sale beats the generic per ounce, grab it. If not, skip it. This one habit flips the power dynamic. You stop being the target and start being the chooser. Bonus. When you become brand optional, you can exploit competition between brands. They must beat your generic anchor to earn your cart. Here's where the savings go from good to sneaky great. Cheaper staples invite home cooking. 4 store-brand chicken breasts, a bag of frozen broccoli, rice, and a generic stir-fry sauce feed a family for under $12. That same family spends $30 to $40 on takeout. Switch just one takeout night per week to a generic powered meal, and you unlock over $1,000 more across a year. The generic isn't just cheaper. It's a lever that changes your outside-the-store spending. Wait, it gets stranger, part 2. Generic switching creates price immunity to shrinkflation. Brands love to reduce content while maintaining price because you memorize the front sticker, not the ounces. Generics often keep simpler packaging and clearer unit pricing, so your eye goes to cost per ounce more naturally. If you anchor on unit price, shrinkflation loses its camouflage. You now detect when that detergent got smaller, when chips dropped in weight, when yogurt cups went from 6 ounces to 5.3, and you course correct in real time. Another hidden layer, retailer guarantees. Many store brands offer no questions asked refunds if you don't like the product. Translation, free testing. Take advantage. Try the store brand almond butter or the eco paper towels. If it flops, return it. If it passes, it joins your permanent rotation. That rotation becomes your quiet, compounding raise. Let's confront objections fast. Concerned about nutrition labels? Compare side by side. Same calories, Similar macros, same ingredients up top, not a trick. Worried about diapers and paper towels? Quality does vary. The move is a partial switch. Use the generic for light duty. Save premium for heavy duty. Need a brand because of a food allergy or sensitivity? Keep it. You're the CFO of your cart, not a purist. The power isn't in all or nothing, it's in getting 80% right and pocketing the difference. Here's a quick playbook that turns knowledge into money. Number 1. Pick 3 recurring categories this week and default to generic. Think pasta, cereal, and paper goods. Number 2. Set a unit price threshold in your phone notes. If coffee drops below 30 cents per ounce, brand or generic, you buy. If not, you wait. Number 3. Make a permission list of 5 brand exceptions you truly love and stick to it. Number 4. Run a 30-day experiment. Track your average weekly grocery total for a month with generics as your default. Then skim the difference into a savings account or debt payment the same day you shop. Automate the win so it becomes real. Number 5. Use one simple rule at the shelf. If you can't taste or feel the difference blind, never pay for the logo. This isn't just about groceries. It spills into pharmacy, cleaning, and even tech accessories. Store-brand phone cables deliver the same charge. Generic printer ink from a reputable seller can cut costs by 2/3. Dish soap that isn't neon and perfumed still cuts grease. The brand's job is to tell a story. Your job is to keep the ending. Zoom out with me for a second. Consumer prices rose fast over the past few years, and most of us can't call the Federal Reserve and ask for relief. But you do control the supply chain into your home. When you choose generic, you redirect the value of marketing, middlemen, and markup back into your pocket. You're not depriving your family, you're funding your future. That extra $60 a week isn't just a nicer receipt. Over a year, it's $3,000. Over 5 years, invested or put toward debt, it's the difference between financial stress and financial momentum. Remember the opening? You're not paying for better cereal, you're paying a brand tax. Today you learned where that tax hides, why grocers secretly prefer you to go generic, how unit price exposes shrinkflation, and how a handful of swaps triggers compounding savings beyond the aisle. You now own the lever most shoppers miss. Be brand optional and math committed. That's power. You feel it in your cart, in your calendar, in your bank account. So the next time you're standing in front of 2 bottles that look different but read the same, ask one question. Am I buying a story or a result? Choose the result. Pocket the difference. Use it to lower a bill, seed an emergency fund, or buy back a quiet hour of your day. Generic brands save more than you think because they cut through a system designed to sell you comfort at a premium. Keep the comfort, skip the premium, and let the math pay you every single week.